Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kevin Live. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I am excited about tonight's show, but I think I start off with saying that with every show because I really, truly am excited about being on every show, and I am thankful to all of you who are inviting me into your living rooms. So hello, and thank you for having me as your guest. And of course, I mean by tuning in to my show. So it's been a fun, exciting ride with my show, Kevin Live. As many of you know, there's just more and more exciting things that we've been doing with the show. If you follow my show closely, you know that I do and have been doing the show now weekly again, but not always on this format. It's only the first and third Thursday that you can see the show on the wonderful cable systems of Frontier Cable and of course Comcast Cable. So I thank you guys so much. The alternate times you're going to need to go to Ustream and you can watch the show live there. But I'm very excited to announce that the dear wonderful people at YouTube are also now going to be featuring full-length episodes of Kevin Live. So I know you all YouTube. Who doesn't YouTube, right? So now at your leisure you can go to YouTube and you'll be able to see full-length episodes of my program. And you can do the easiest way probably would be just to go to my website, which of course is just www.kevinaguilar.com, and from there's a whole world of different clips and stuff, but there'll be the link there for you, just like that. So tonight's show is exciting because you guys really booked this next guest. What I mean is when you guys give me feedback, by sending me emails to kevinaguilar.com, because there's a way you can do that, and saying, I like this or whatever else, your feedback has a huge part as to who maybe might get booked. Hint, hint, hint for people who are trying to get their bands on my show, as well as who might get a return invitation. And last Christmas season, it was overwhelming. You guys... The message was clear, and I heard your message. And you guys said, we love Coco, a.k.a. Laura. So I'm very excited to announce two things. First of all, I'm not putting together arts and crafts. Second of all, I'm excited to announce the return of our guest, Laura from Coco Designs. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me again.
So, no joke. People loved you. They loved you putting me to task.
Yes.
And I love the fact that I'm not putting anything together today.
I was trying to be nice this time.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was thinking about you. I was trying to be a good person.
I have to admit, I was scared this morning. Because here's the deal. I am not playing with you guys. I'm being completely... This show is unscripted. I do that for a particular reason. Because I like the element surprise, and I like to keep it fresh, I like to keep it popping, and so there is no script. So I did see a little snippet, an email from you, with some information about a little bit, but didn't tell me what was happening, and I saw one picture in it, and I thought I was putting something together.
No, not this time.
Okay, so today, if you're watching the show, obviously it's Thursday the 21st, and thank you so much for watching it live, but tomorrow is a big day.
It is. It's Earth Day.
Earth Day. Earth Day is, and I think it's becoming a bigger day every year as it comes along.
I think so too. Especially with all the things that have been happening the last few years, I think that, and with the economy, it's kind of made people a little more aware of how to save money by recycling and reusing.
And so, I think when people are thinking about Earth Day, I think they're thinking about, oh my gosh. So this is like that, like on New Year's Day, you make the resolution to lose weight. Then I think a lot of people on Earth Day maybe make the resolution to, start recycling.
Yeah.
But you're going to put a little, a twist to this. A little spin, a little cocoa spin.
Yeah, a little cocoa spin. Shake it up.
Okay. But, but before we get to that, and I want to talk to the people out there, of course, on not only on Ustream, because we are streaming live, and we're getting lots of people excited watching the show. But I want, tell us a little briefly about Coco Designs. What is Coco Designs?
Well, it's interior design along with, trying to be crafty at the same time, and then also event planning.
And also event planning.
Yeah, that's kind of just common. I've always done that, and it's just kind of more and more come up. So I do weddings here and there, and baby showers and all kinds of good stuff.
And so, but in addition to that, I mean, there's also other facets that you do too. Like, I mean, I remember something about organization.
Yeah, I actually get excited to organize. In fact, I just got some new containers that I'm going to organize some stuff tonight when I get home. And I've been so excited about it all day. So I figure, most people hate it.
Right.
So, I love it and I'm pretty good at it. So, yeah, I do that too.
Excellent. So,
Yeah.
so basically, and then of course you got a website.
Yes.
So tell us, what's that website?
www.cocodesignspdx.com, and it's COCO.
Yeah, COCO, and don't forget the PDX.com. And of course, when you go to KevinAguilar.com and you go to the Kevin Live page, I do have the newsletter. So this weekend, I'm going to be, I'll email you the link to her website personally. Well, sort of. Personally, myself. It comes from my website, which is my website, so it is kind of personally for me.
Yeah.
So you'll get that in the newsletter this week, the After the Show newsletter that you guys, I'll make sure to include a link to her website. Now, I mean, let's talk about home designs and all that other stuff like that.
Yes.
What's going on right now? Or, I mean, like, what are people doing? Are a lot of people, redoing their houses, or what's the inspiration there?
I think from what I've gathered from, my clients and other designers, obviously the market is not great for selling still. So when you're kind of stuck and you want to get out of that house, and I change my rooms all the time, so I know what it feels like. People want to redo it, make it feel like a different space, because they know they're going to be there longer than they had anticipated. So why not, change flooring, some new paint, a couple new pieces of furniture, and just make it feel like it's a new house.
So basically, if you're out there and you are one of the unfortunate people who's sitting on a house right now and it's maybe not quite selling quite as fast as you would have liked to, maybe it's been over a year now and it's still sitting there, maybe it could be time to, instead of panic, maybe it's time to reinvent.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, it's amazing what just a coat of paint and some new surfaces can do to a space to make it feel completely new and different.
Okay, so I do get some criticism, because here I'm saying, just go out there. Why don't you go ahead and just redecorate? And they're like, well, sure, because I have a show, I can call you up, and you're on. But my impression is that.
Well, you have the red phone, the special.
I have the special red phone. I love the red phone. I love that. It's amazing where this red phone's getting me in Portland.
I know. I'm sure.
That's another episode, but you don't have to have a TV show, right, to call you up.
No, not at all.
So people can go to your website.
Yep.
They can email you.
They can.
And so if someone is like, for example, like myself, who would just be lost, like, how much would a consultation run me?
Well, the first initial consultation is complimentary, and I'll come out and just kind of take a look at the area you're wanting to maybe redo, get an idea of what you're wanting, and then after that, it's all free, that first part. I go home, kind of put together an initial idea or plan, and then we go from there.
So there you have it. So if you are lost like I would be, go to her website, email her, call her. Her phone number's on the website. You can go from there, and you guys can just work it out on your own from there. All right, so we have a little bit of an Earth Day theme here, and we're going to be talking about, so everyone, you all have to do something for Earth Day. Now, if you don't have something planned for Earth Day, I have the funny feeling that you've got some great tips.
I've got tons.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at our first thing. What are we doing?
Well, the first thing is jars. I love jars. Any kind. I mean, mostly vintage, but for just everyday use, I use them for storage. So, when you get like pasta, for example, you open up the bag and it sits there. No matter how tight you rewrap it or put the clip on, it still doesn't stay as fresh, and it spills all over the cabinets. All you have to do is just reuse. This is an old pasta jar. Just washed it, ripped the tag off, and there you go. It doesn't spill and it stays fresh. And it's a lot easier to see in your cabinet. So you got my quinoa, my lentils, and my whole cabinet. I can just open it right up and see exactly what's in there without having to dig around.
So let me see one of these jars. So,
okay.
All right, so this is just your average jar that you may have in the garage.
Spaghetti sauce.
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm. So you get the spaghetti sauce jars.
Use it.
We all have those brand, whatever brand that you prefer. There you go. And then what do you do with it? A lot of people hopefully recycle. If they don't, they throw it away. So next time you have spaghetti, you save it and save the jar.
Yeah.
Get the label off. and then now you have
Just
it.
wash it and you're good to go.
So not only could this be functional, but this can also be kind of,
And
there it
it's
is,
cute.
decorative.
Yeah. It's amazing how much easier it is to see when you open up your cupboards and you have it right in front of you instead of, those bags and boxes, they fall over all the time and you're always digging. I know exactly what's in my cupboard. So it's really handy.
So
And I just want to say, even if you do recycle, a lot of what recycling is still creates a huge carbon footprint because it gets shipped off to a recycling center, usually outside of the United States. So it's still creating a huge carbon footprint. So the more you can actually reuse and keep in your home, the better it is for the planet.
there you have it.
Yeah.
There you have it. So there you go. So even though it's a good thing, there could be even a better alternative as well.
Exactly. And yeah, recycling's great, but if you can keep it at home, even better.
So what happens if for some reason you just don't have a spaghetti jars? You just don't have any of these jars, and you're like, oh, that's such a great idea.
Yeah.
Where would be, like, could you do you go to garage sales or?
Oh,
do you
yeah. Garage sales, Goodwill, Value Village, those kinds of stores, they have tons of these kinds of things.
So they're easy to find,
yeah.
easy to locate, easy to
And
pick
jam
up.
jars. I mean, and you've got to have jars. You've got to have something that pickle jars. I mean,
You've got to
you
have
can use
something
anything. Yeah, and almost all of them will fit onto a normal canning lid. So if the lid does get damaged or it doesn't seal anymore, you can just go pick up a box of lids that, during canning season they're super cheap. So
There you have it.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we've got the jars.
yeah, that's one.
That's one. So, all right, so spring is in the air.
Yes.
I think things are starting to bloom.
Finally.
Maybe in Portland the weather isn't quite where we want it to be. I know that some of you guys were talking last week on my show about having 80, 90 degree weather, but that hasn't reached Portland, Oregon yet. So and this next item could be maybe a fun project the whole family could do.
Oh, absolutely.
This weekend.
Absolutely.
A family activity.
Tomorrow on Earth Day.
Or tomorrow on Earth Day, but if you're working, you can't do it. How about on the weekend?
Sure, absolutely.
Earth Day can be any day
Make
that
it
you
an
make
Earth
it.
weekend.
Oh, there you go. It's been proclaimed on this show by Laura and myself, Earth Day weekend.
We need to copyright that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So this is another great project for mace, or this is actually a ball jar, but this is a vintage blue canning jar, and a lot of these will come with the old zinc lids, so you just want to take those off, and basically you can make some fun light fixtures, which who doesn't love light fixtures?
Okay, let me see this jar here.
Okay.
Seriously.
There you
okay,
go.
this is just
Just a
there is no
regular old
way.
jar.
There is no way this is going to be a light fixture.
Oh, it will.
There's just no way.
It
I'm
will.
looking at this. No, I don't see it.
Okay, so you take your jar.
Okay, take the
Clean
jar.
it. Want
Clean
it
it.
to be nice and sparkly, because you're going to have a light bulb going in there.
Okay.
You just,
But wait, real quick. We're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
So all these steps, they're in
Yes.
your blog,
They are on
which
my
is
blog.
on your website.
On my
So
website.
there you go. I don't want it to be like those annoying cooking shows where we speed through everything.
Yeah.
You can go to her website, which is CocoDesignsPDX.com.
Yeah.
And all these instructions that we're going to be talking about is in her blog. So, okay? So don't be running around for a piece of paper. Pay attention to our show.
Exactly.
All right.
So you take your jar,
Take the jar.
and you get one of these just regular old light cords. You can pick them up. I'm not going to say the name of the place, but they're really cheap. And you can really get them anywhere.
Okay. So I know you can't say the name of the place, but can you kind of like hint of like what type of a store this would be?
It rhymes with Schmikea.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
Something
so
that rhymes with that. So see,
Yeah.
this show it's puzzling. We're testing the brain power today.
And the great thing is you don't have to use blue. I mean, obviously you can use clear. And
Right.
if you do the clear, they have different colored cords. So you can kind of mix it up. And they're so cheap that you can actually change it to match. Like if you change your mind in a year and you want to keep the light, you can just use a different color cord.
All right, so let's take a look at
So you
this.
just take that.
So we got the cord.
Yep. Standard, just plugs right into an outlet.
There you go. Looks real simple. And this is going to come assembled.
Yeah, it comes just like that in a package.
So if you're like me, don't have to assemble it.
Just
Okay.
cut the plastic off and
Okay.
recycle the plastic.
Then recycle the plastic.
You take your canning lid,
Okay.
just your ring.
So this is just the ring again, everybody. Just
Yep.
the ring.
And you can get them in silver or gold. you
Silver or didn't know that.
There you go.
Silver or gold for your more detail-oriented people.
Same with the seals.
Really?
Silver or gold. Hmm.
I don't think I've ever wondered that either.
Yeah. Well, I do,
Amazing.
And I brought both colors, for example.
Silver. Well, we got the silver and
Yeah.
the gold.
So you can see both.
Excellent.
So you basically, and then you have your light bulb, which, you know, you can actually fit in the bigger jars. You can fit standard shaped light bulbs. I like the cylindrical ones because you can see more of them once they're in the jar. And they're just kind of more of a funky aspect to the light.
Okay, so if you guys can see, this is just.
I was just at the hardware store.
There you go, and this is just at your local hardware store that you want to go and support it anyways.
Yeah.
So you would go and you would find yourself the bulb, which is right here, and then this bottom of the bulb, pretty much
Just
universal.
the standard. Yeah, just make sure it's the standard fit.
Yeah, don't be trying to use the Christmas tree light bulbs.
No, and don't get the little. Yeah, you want to make
Yeah.
sure it's standard fitting light bulb.
Standard fitting light bulb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you basically, these are your only pieces to this project.
Just these three things.
Yep. So then you would take the lid
Okay.
and you take the bottom
Okay.
where the light bulb goes in, put it on,
Okay.
and just draw with a Sharpie around it,
Okay.
so you can trace out the circumference
Let me try
of
it.
the thing. Okay.
So it was the one thing I was complaining
See,
about
now
the
you want
most.
to try.
Well,
I see how it is.
listen, I'm a good sport. Okay, I'm just gonna do half a circle.
Just do half. You're fine. I'm
Steve
gonna cut
V.
it. I'm gonna cut it when I get home.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go.
There you go.
So I just put it on there, circle. Okay.
Right. So it's super easy, right?
It was easy. It was so
Okay.
simple.
So then I use just a regular box cutter.
Okay.
Just be careful on this part. Don't let the kids do it.
Yeah. So
Wear
if
your
you're doing this as
safety
a family,
glasses.
yeah, if you're doing this as a family, this is where mom and dad would intervene, obviously.
So you just, where you had just traced the circle,
Yes.
just cut a hole in the lid.
Excellent. Do you have any tips on cutting? Like, probably not on your best kitchen
Oh
table.
gosh, no. I use a good thick magazine.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
So that what do you do with those thick magazines that are in
Uh-huh.
the garage that you haven't yet
Because
recycled?
you're gonna recycle them.
But you will now.
Mhm.
Put them on there. There you go.
Super easy,
now
and
you're
you
cutting.
just go all the way around, almost like opening a can.
There you go.
Yeah. So you take that, screw it on top. Oops. And this will actually screw on.
Get a close up there.
And just make sure it's tight because you don't want this popping off and then the jar falling on the ground and breaking.
So, all right, let me see. Did that really just fit on?
Yeah, well, I didn't do it all the way.
No, that's. I know.
But, I mean, yeah, you just have to screw it on.
Right.
You have to, kind of shimmy it on because you want to make sure it's super tight.
So it's going to be a tight fit. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
You want it to be a tight fit. Don't be like, ooh, this is a tight fit, and then make it
No,
loose.
because it's going to fall out and then you're going to have glass everywhere.
Think about the next step that's coming up,
Yeah.
people. Okay.
So, light bulb in. Actually, ring. You'll throw it down all the way down the cord. So
Okay.
it's on top, just like you're screwing it on a jar.
Mm-hmm.
Light bulb in. And
This is the magic part of TV, and
this is the finished product.
that is just really, really impressive.
Yeah.
How cool! So you guys could put this together. You could put this on your deck.
That's what I was, obviously be careful with the cording because it's not an outdoor cord.
Right.
But if it's under, cover and it's not going to get wet, you can use these as outdoor lights. You could use smaller jars and do the same thing.
That is just really
Yeah.
something. And this is, you're reusing the jars, and it's just, there you
Right.
go. There
And
you
I
go.
mean,
so
who
just
doesn't love to reuse, right?
exactly. So just another really, really neat example of something fun that you can do, and I would have never, ever imagined, never thought
and
of
look
that.
how easy that was.
I'll be honest, that was a lot easier. It was an
I
easy
told you.
project.
I told you. Okay, yeah, so that's the jar light.
So there you go. Now, if maybe your deck isn't neat, or if you don't want to do a jar light,
Yeah.
but you're still looking for an Earth Day project that the whole family can participate in, and you got flowers in the mind, any other suggestions?
Well, of course.
Of course.
Of course. It's spring, and we all want flowers and green, pretty stuff on our decks and porches, right? So, instead of going out and spending $10, $20, $30 on a planter,
So this is going to be planting on a budget,
planting, and being kind to Earth.
and being kind, and recycling.
And reusing what we already have.
That's right, reusing.
Yeah, so you can basically create a planter out of almost anything. So here's a few examples. This is an old camping enamel, basically teapot, coffee pot. You just stick it on the fire and it would heat up your water for you.
So did you paint that, or you found
Nope,
one like
this
that?
is exactly the way it came. I got this from a vintage store. Took the lid off, filled up with soil, and threw a plant in there. And, you know, it's it was cheaper than a planter is going to be.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's cool. It's going to be something that not everybody has. It's going to be different. And you're, again, using something that would normally get recycled or tossed.
So let's just say I like this idea.
Yeah.
Not really wanting to make the trek to the vintage store.
Sure.
Okay.
So
I'm just
even though
speaking
in
for
Portland,
myself.
they're everywhere.
Even we're in Portland. Okay. Yeah. So even though in Portland we're everywhere.
Yeah.
How about the people who may be watching us in smaller towns, wherever those are on the Ustream?
Sure.
What would you recommend? What can they do?
Well, you know,
Do you have a solution?
I
for that?
have a solution. This time of year is when garage sale starts.
That's true.
There
That's
you go.
true.
I mean, you can go to a garage sale and get just a cup like this, a coffee cup, a tea cup, saucers, creamers. I mean, anything you can think of. I mean, what, 10, 15 cents?
Yeah, a quarter at most, and you're going to see
Yeah.
something like that. So
There you
find,
go.
So there you go. So you find something like that, and then sure enough, boom.
Throw a little soil in and a plant, and you are set. And it's really, I mean, so economical, and you are reusing something and not creating more of a carbon footprint in your environment.
Okay, so wait a
there's
second.
that one.
There's that. No, wait. Now, so I want to raise the bar. I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you even more.
Okay.
So let's say now, okay, I didn't want to go to the vintage store. I don't. I don't want to go to the garage sale. What is there something around my house that I might have that could work? Do you have a solution?
I think I do.
All right.
Okay. Don't tell me that not anybody does not have an old crusty cookie sheet, baking pan. You know how you hold on to those things because you feel bad getting rid of them? Well, here
Dun,
is.
dun, dun.
There you go.
It is.
You know, and it's rusty, so you don't want to bake in it anymore.
No.
But it seems like such a waste to just get rid of it. So all I did was drill a couple holes in the bottom. And you can actually even just take a nail and a hammer and just hammer a couple holes in there. And now I have a new planter.
Okay, so I'm going to talk straight to you. I know I love you guys. You know I love you guys. But I know you guys are hanging on to that old crusty...
Everybody does.
Burnt. You burnt the meatloaf 12 times over in it. Pan. Here it is.
There it is.
There it is. This is your chance to create something. And you know, and then it gives you an excuse to go buy a new pan for the meatloaf.
You know how much this costs? Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing, everybody. It's free. Wow. So there you go. All right, and you've got like the 20-second version to show me.
Oh yeah, last
one more thing to just blow my mind.
One more. Okay, so this is an old card indexed box. All I did was, again, just drilled a hole in the bottom, opened it up, threw some soil in, and there you go.
See, and I know that a lot of you used to have your index box,
Yeah.
you had your recipes in there, but now you got them on the computer or on your iPhones or whatever it is, and you don't have no use for this box anymore. There you have it. So there you go. There it is. That is, this is springtime. This is Earth Day. This is all fabulosity. It's all coming from Laura from Coco Designs. Everyone, seriously, go to my website. Go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter for Kevin Live, and I will shoot out an email to you with links to her website. Don't forget, or if you don't want to do that, check out her website. It's www.cocodesigns, that's C-O-C-O, designs, and don't forget the pdx.com at the end. Very important. And you can go to her blog, you can get the instructions on how to make that light fixture, and I bet you there's a whole bunch of other great
There's
stuff
some goodies on there.
There's some really great stuff on there. I have no doubts. All right, what's our time? We're down to about the last final minute. You guys, as always, I know that we didn't take questions because I knew this wasn't going to be the right show, but at this time, since you guys are the ones that got her back, if there's something you want to talk about, send me an email, or even better, seriously, people, let's give her a viewer's challenge. Would you be up for that?
Oh, I like a challenge.
My viewers challenging you.
Bring it on.
She says, bring it, people. So email me through my website. Let's give her a challenge. Let's make it fun. She'll make it fabulous. Until next time, thanks so much for being...
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching Kevin Live. Have a great weekend, everybody. You're phenomenal.
Oh, stop.
Excellent.